Hey, hey, hey! How are you doing tonight? Woohoo! Welcome, welcome. So, I don't know if you guys just watched live the Oscar nominations, but they are done. Let me see if, okay, yeah, we can do a replay here. I'm going to set the replay speed faster because we don't actually need to listen to them talking. Okay, we'll get this up on screen. Woohoo. Lot of except share. Oops. Hey, Lemoyne's in the house. Lemoyne's in the house. Woohoo! Oh, I know what's wrong. I don't have my other lights on. Oops. There we go. And Mumsy in the house. Mumsy in the house. Well, gosh darn it. They're not going to let it replay, I guess, maybe until another 8 minutes or oh no, that was like at the beginning. That was a countdown in the beginning. All right. Okay, so
changing. So let's get into it. Okay. For best performance by an actor in a supporting role, Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you survived the Arctic blast, Lemoyne. That is awesome. I'm so glad. And the chickens are all good.
Ryan Gosling in Barbie.
Okay, and
Mark Ruffalo
pause
in Poor
this
Things.
here.
Next.
Oh, wait. We want to see that screen. There. And Chalet's in the house. Chalet. All we need is Andy and Mabel and Michael. And we're there. Oh, feeding cats. All right. That's good. So I want to know, have you guys seen these movies? I'm gonna have to flip over here. So we've got for actor in a supporting role, there's Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction. I have not seen that. Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon. I have not seen that. But at least I know who Robert De Niro is. I don't know who Sterling K. Brown is. Robert Downey Jr. Is Oppenheimer. I did see that. Ryan Gosling in Barbie. I did see that. Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things. I did not see that. Okay. So what about you guys? Have you seen any of these movies? You have any comments about their performances? Ryan Gosling did fine playing Ken in Barbie. Lemoyne says the chickens are doing well, giving them a high protein diet to put fat on them. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it because I'm sure it was pretty cold out there for them too. But you've got a really nice chicken coop going on there, so it doesn't surprise me that they're yeah, he did fine as Ken in Barbie. Robert Downey Jr., I must say, did excellent in Oppenheimer. And the other three films I haven't seen. All right, so let's move this forward to the next category.
Next, the nominees for achievement in
Costume design.
Barbie.
Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oppenheimer.
Yes, I got it.
And Poor Things.
Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. So the costume design in Oppenheimer was definitely impeccable. It really captured that time period of what, the 50s? The 50s. I mean, the European side ended in when? Gosh, I don't know what year. I mean, I always think of the World War II ending in 45. Let's put Hiroshima. Be close enough. Yeah, 1940. It was August 9th, August 6th, and August 9th of August 1945. So my instinct was right. Okay, so the 40s. So they really capture all the dress, the hats, so many details to be just to capture that 1945 style, and they did an excellent job at it. Barbie, on the other hand, must have been absolutely fun to be a costume designer. Two elements, though, I would say with that is, number one, staying true to some of the actual Barbie doll releases, but then also just like adding, I mean, for like all the extras and everything being super fun. A challenge would be how Barbie has extra long legs than an actual person. So, you know, having real people of all different sizes kind of fit the Barbie mold, so to speak, would definitely be challenging, I think, in the costume side of things. Move, Slinky Dinky. I can't see. What is there? Another one that I've seen the film. No, I have. The Killers of the Flower Moon, though, I think is a Western. Right, so you've got a lot of Native American culture and cowboy culture of the 1800s. So that would definitely be challenging to do. Napoleon, another period piece. You know, it used to be that you could just kind of make a costume to represent. You know, it's like, okay, you know, it's Abraham Lincoln with a big top hat on or something, right? But now everyone's held to a much higher standard in filmmaking, where if you're doing a period piece, people want to see that you have done your history and really in your research to be true to history. Poor Things. I don't even know what that's about. See your comments. You would love to see Robert Downey Jr. get the nod. Yes, he's been through quite the career arc for sure. Ridley Scott's Napoleon is very nice to the eyes. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Then again, all of Scott's movies look good. There you go. Certainly been around for a while. And then Scorsese was involved with Flowers of the Killer Moon. So when we get to like Best Picture, which like all, a lot of these will be in Best Picture, then we will, we'll move to some of the trailers. I think we can do that. All right, let's see what's next.
The nominees for achievements in makeup and hairstyling are Golda,
Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things,
and Society
of the Snow. Now now I can add another one that I have seen. I have seen Society of the Snow. It came up on Netflix as a recommendation. Had no idea what it was about. But I thought, okay, it looks interesting enough, and watched it, and it was amazingly done. And at the end, because you don't know, that story is about this soccer team that was going across the Andes in an airplane, and the airplane crashed, and they had to resort to cannibalism. Two of them finally were able to hike out on their own because they realized that they got a radio to work, so they knew that the search had been called off, and so two of them made a hike out. We're still at the wreckage, and so it goes through their whole ordeal, from the excitement they had getting onto the plane, to the crash, to survival, to the rescue. And at the very end, they show pictures of like the real team, and so based on that, again, we were talking about the historical accuracy, the historical accuracy. I think they did a really good job with that. Of course, they're talking about makeup and hairstyling. It's not just making people look pretty, especially in that they've got frostbite. Their hair does look like it's like damaged with snow. then everybody had to have like beards because they weren't shaving, you know, and bruises, injuries, a lot of makeup and hairstyling actually went into that. Golda, I haven't seen. Maestro, I saw Maestro as well. I thought it was very well done. It was good. It was an enjoyable movie to watch. Reminds me a bit of the one that was about Cole Porter, the musician, as well. Let me see what you guys are saying. Good morning, all. Hi, Sheila. Everyone's saying good morning to each other. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the next category.
Now, this year's nominees for Best
Live action short film. The After, Invincible, Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I don't have any comments on it. Golda was a pretty good movie. It was a pretty good movie in my opinion. Okay, excellent. I'm guessing it's about Golda Meir. She helped. Was she one of the prime ministers for Israel? Let me look her up real quick. Golda Meir. Yeah, former prime minister of Israel. And so, yeah, it's a biographical film about her. All righty. Yes. Okay. Lemoyne. Thank you. All right. Let's see what category is next.
Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar.
For Best Animated Short Film, the nominees are
Animated short film. Letter to a Pig, 95 Senses, Our Uniform.
Pashidam.
It says Pashadam.
And War is Over.
Why isn't it say Pachyderm?
And Yoko.
I don't know. War and then War is Over.
And now we have the first of the two award categories.
All right.
Writers. First for adapted screenplay.
That might be one that you'd be interested in checking out because you like the Beatles a lot, Lemoyne. So maybe digging up that short film. And The War is Over, something about John and Yoko. So, all right. So let's move on to the next category. Because I know a lot of us have, unless we caught it at a festival or something, haven't seen those short films. All right.
The nominees are American
Adapted
Fiction,
screenplays. So we've got American Fiction,
Barbie,
by
Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, Oppenheimer,
Oppenheimer,
by Christopher Nolan, Poor Things,
Poor
screenplay by
Things,
Tony McNamara, and
The Zone of Interest. So let me say right now, these 5 show up a lot throughout all the categories. I have no idea about American Fiction, what that's about. Barbie and Oppenheimer, we've already talked about. Poor Things, again, I don't know what that's about. And The Zone of Interest, I looked up, and Jonathan Glazer seems to be kind of like this generation's Stanley Kubrick, where he'll do like an amazing film with so much attention, very dark, very kind of twisted, makes you think, you know, I mean, but years in between making them. So when I went and looked at the trailer and the comments, a lot of people were like, oh, I've been waiting so long for his next film, blah, blah, blah. But the gist of this one is, okay, so it's about the Holocaust in the sense that you never see the Holocaust, apparently. That what you follow is a family. And like, it seems like the father would be the main character who's a Nazi. And, you know, he just wants a good life for his family and his kids. And I think in the trailer, there was a part where he's like looking at teeth, you know, like taking the gold from people. So we know, so it's that kind of thing where you see his family's life, you see him interacting with his family, but you know what he's doing in the daytime. And I think it's supposed to make us think about the Western world and how we live our lives. And yeah, we're trying to do everything right for our families, but we turn a blind eye sometimes to atrocities that are going on around us, or that are necessary, that have, I mean, like, let's say diamonds and blood diamonds. You know, there's people in Africa that are, you know, dying over the mining of the diamonds, or working someplace in China or India or Bangladesh or Cambodia in some kind of sweat factory to make the clothes that you're wearing. You know, I mean, so there's also that, as well as just maybe, you know, in your own neighborhood atrocities, right? Okay, so let's see. I did not see any of the short films. Yeah, most people haven't. Oppenheimer is the only one that you know anything about in the adapted screenplay category. Yes, and let me mention here, there was some controversy when that it was announced that they were being submitted as a adapted screenplay and not original screenplay, both Barbie and Oppenheimer. Well, in particular Barbie, because it was like it was an original screenplay, but the character was not original. It was adapted from a character, so therefore it had to go into the adapted. Yeah, so Zone of Interest is going to show up a lot. American Fiction is going to show up a lot. When we get to Best Picture, we go through those. We'll go back. We'll watch the trailers for all of them. So what's the next category?
And for original screenplay, the nominees are
Original screenplay.
Anatomy of a Fall,
Anatomy of a Fall,
and Artur Harari. The Holdovers,
The Holdovers,
written by David Hemmingson. Maestro, written by
Maestro,
Bradley Cooper and Josh Singer. May December,
May
screenplay by Sandy
December,
Birch, story by Sandy Birch and Alex Mechanic. And Past
and
Lives,
Past
written by
Lives.
Celine Song.
I think this is the only time we hear of May, December, and Past Lives. The Holdovers is also going to, Anatomy of a Fall and The Holdovers is also going to be in a lot of categories. Okay, no comments. All right, we'll keep going.
Last before our break, the nominees for
Last
performance
before
by
break.
actress in a supporting
I don't
role.
know who this girl is,
Emily
but
Blunt
her
in Oppenheimer.
voice is kind of grating on me.
Danielle
La
Brooks
la la
in The
la
Color
la.
Purple.
So,
America
actress in a supporting
Ferrera
role, we
in
have
Barbie.
Emily Blunt, Dan
Jodie
in
Foster in
Oppenheimer,
Nyad.
Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple, America Ferrera in Barbie, Jodie Foster in Nyad, and Davine Joy Randolph in The
Divine Joy.
Holdovers. And I'm wondering, I mean, was there a remake of The Color Purple? Because the only Color Purple that I remember is the one that Oprah made. The Color Purple 2023. Oh, it's a musical drama. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So they took The Color Purple and they remade it as a musical drama. You know, of the basic story. Okay. I think it'd be interesting to watch. I'm going to try if I mean, I only have access to Netflix or the cinemas here, so as long as they're available to me, I'll see them.
Randolph in The
Okay.
Holdovers.
So then they're going to go to a break.
Congratulations to the nominees, and there are more to come.
Stick with us. We'll be right back with more.
So we will go through the break. All right.
It Never Went Away from America. In music, original song.
Okay, so original
Fire
song,
Inside from Flamin' Hot.
The Fire Inside from Flaming Hot, I'm Just Ken from Barbie,
I'm Just Ken from Barbie. It Never Went Away.
It Never Went Away from American Symphony,
Wajaji, a song for my people. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Wazazi, A Song for My People
And
from
What Was I
Killers
Made
of the
For
Flower
from Barbie.
Moon, and What Was I Made For?
Next up,
By-
the nominees for achievement in
Barbie.
music.
So Jodie Foster would get my vote. Yes. I haven't seen Nyad because it's about being in the water, right? It's a swimmer or something. And I don't like the ocean and water and swimming like that. I mean, I like to swim, I can swim, but I don't like the idea of being like in the ocean. And wasn't she a long distance swim? I mean, so Annette Bening plays the long distance swimmer, and Jodie Foster is like her support person or something. I don't know exactly, but I always liked most anything Jodie Foster was in. I really, if you haven't seen the movie Nell, where she is like a social worker that discovers a girl that grew up in a cabin completely outside of society, and so she doesn't speak English. She's kind of invented her own language, and she has to like break through kind of in a Helen Keller kind of way. That was a good movie. Okay. Yeah. So original score, that's like the background music. American Fiction, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things.
And now,
So, that background music really is needed in order to set the mood that you want. It's one of the funny things here in Cambodia. When I first came, they were just putting like random music. It's like a scary part and they've got like funny music, or it's a funny part and they've got scary music or something. They really didn't have a handle on the importance of score. They'd put all kinds of little sound effects like whoop, boop, boop, they'd throw in random sound effects at random times just because it's like, oh, well, let's put this here. I don't know. It's just, so score is something that's important.
Nominees for Best Documentary Feature Film.
Best Documentary
Bobby
Feature
Wine,
Film.
People's President.
Bobby Wine, The People's
The
President.
Eternal Memory.
The Eternal Memory.
Four Daughters.
The Four Daughters.
To Kill a Tiger.
Kill a Tiger.
And 20 Days
And
in Mariupol.
20 Days in Mariupol.
Next, for Best Documentary Short Film, the nominees are
Documentary
ABC's
short
Book Banning.
film, The ABCs of Book Banning.
The Barber of Little
The
Rock,
Barber of Little Rock.
Island in Between,
Island in
The Last
Between.
Repair Shop,
The Last
and
Repair
Nai Nai
Shop.
Waipo.
And Nai Nai Waipo.
For Best International Feature Film, the nominees are EO
International
Italy.
feature film. It's not Cambodia. We didn't even
Japan.
submit this year. We didn't have any film.
Society of the Snow.
Io Capitano from Italy.
Lounge, Germany.
Perfect Days from Japan. Society of the Snow, which is Spain. The Teacher's Lounge from Germany.
And The Zone of
And
Interest.
The Zone of Interest from the United Kingdom. So I have seen the Society of the Snow. I'll try to see the other ones if I can. Let's see what you guys are saying. You haven't seen any of these things. Oh, all of the Indiana Jones movies have been great, have had great scores. Yeah, regardless of any other parts of the movie, if you like it or don't like it, the music is phenomenal, for sure. Yeah, I haven't, well, like I said, I saw the Society of the Snow. That's the only one I've seen so far. All right, next.
United Kingdom.
and for Best Animated Feature Film, here
Animated feature
The Boy and the
film.
Heron,
The Boy and the Heron,
Elemental,
Elemental, Nimona,
Dreams,
Robot
and
Dreams, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Any comments from you guys on that? Mumsy says, Chalet, I am so glad I am not the only one who hasn't seen them. Well, Mom, how many movies do you see anyway? You certainly don't go out to the cinema. But and I know you watch a lot, TV, like Survivor. You love Survivor. But do you really get to see that many movies, even on your own TV? I wonder. I wonder. Na, 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 I wonder. You only know the old, like the old movies. Well, these are the recent movies.
Here are the nominees for Achievement in Production Design.
Production
Barbie.
design. So, and you'll notice on each of these categories, it mentions the production designer and the set decorator. So the two names are included. Production design really is giving the overall concept of like, what are the colors going to be? What are the textures going to be? What you know, I mean, it involved, you know, you've got like costume and makeup that are under kind of that production design. But the whole overall theme and the feel and how you're going to make that happen, where set design is specific to the actual sets and props and everything, you know, where set decoration is part of production design. Is it like your production designer is almost like the CEO? Oh my gosh, cat stepping on my keyboard is showing me all kinds of code. Ma, what are you doing, Cassie? Yeah, so there's the two people listed for each movie. I was gonna say the production designer is kind of like the CEO, and you have all these different departments of the set decoration, of actually building sets, you know, and decorating those sets. And then you've got props, the props that fill the sets, you know, what people are wearing, everything, you know, it's kind of all the production design, depending on, I don't know, if it's a really super big budget, then yeah, production designers kind of like is like to take the director's vision and make it a reality, you know, and make it happen. So let's see, we've got Barbie,
Moon.
which is very complex
Napoleon.
in order to make it.
Oppenheimer.
Pillars of the Flower Moon, Western,
Next up,
Napoleon.
for achievement in film
Yep.
editing, the nominees are
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer,
And
and Poor Things. Okay. Yeah, these five, like I said, you see them a lot. Napoleon, not as much as Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Those are definitely like everywhere. Napoleon is in a few. See what you guys are saying. Hollywood is okay. Wait. Lemoyne first. Speaking of international movies and TV shows, Amazon Prime Video has just dropped a version of Zorro that is worth checking out. All righty. I'll have to see if I can watch it. I mean, I have an Amazon Kindle, and so like there's Prime on it, and sometimes I can watch movies, sometimes I can't. I don't know. So I'll check that out. Hollywood Chalet says Hollywood is dead to me. LOL. Yeah, I know. For me too, really. There's some things I have no intention of watching. No need to feel sorry about it at all, you know. And then Mumsy says, no, not really. You haven't seen a lot of movies. Yeah, it's more just TV. All right. So that's production design.
next up for achievement in film editing. The
Film
nominees are
editing. We're getting close to the end here. Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Pillars of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer,
and
Poor Things. All right.
And for achievement in sound, here are the nominees.
Sound. So sound is like all the, you know, whether if not just like your sound levels of speaking, you know, because you got to match, you know, maybe you're recording one person, they're quiet and someone else is speaking really loud, and you got to kind of get things matched up. But also all the Foley sound, which is like footsteps and doors closing and things like that. All of that part of the sound.
Maestro.
The Creator, Maestro, Mission
Part
Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. So you'll usually get some action movies, Oppenheimer, and Zone of Interest.
Next, the nominees for achievement in visual effects.
Visual effects. The Creator, Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Napoleon. Okay, so any comments about any? The sad thing is that the only movie in 2024 that you want to go see in the theater is Dune Part 2. I know. I was wondering, I mean, because the trailer looks absolutely amazing for that film. and I didn't see part one. I mean the recent part one. I'm guessing did they do a remake of like the original? Was it David Bowie that was in Dune, the original Dune? Let me check it. Dune. There's Dune Part 2. Yeah, see, 2021 was a Dune film with this same Timothy Chalamet or whatever. Yeah. Dune. And the other original one was in 1994. Oh, wait, 1984. Sorry. Sting. Not David Bowie, Sting. Oh, sorry, got that mixed up. Chalet knows I'm like mixing up songs, or one song will make me think of another song when she's doing her little song things. Both Lemoyne and Chalet are in the description below to their links to their channels. I'll make sure you check them out. All right. Let me see. Did you guys? Okay, no new comments. All right. Moving on from visual effects.
For achievement in cinematography, the nominees
Cinematography.
are
We have El Condi.
Pillars of the Flower Moon.
Pillars of the Flower Moon. Maestro. Oppenheimer.
And
Poor Things. All right.
For performance by an actor.
Let it roll. Okay. Actor in a leading role. Bradley Cooper.
Coleman Domingo.
Paul Giamatti.
Cillian Murphy and
Cillian Murphy. Oppenheimer. Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. I'm going to pause it here for a second. I'm going to turn up the volume for you guys. Because one of the things in Hollywood, as far as like equality, is that actresses hate being called, they refuse to be called an actress. They are an actor, equal with any male or female. They are all actors. But however, for the purpose of the Academy Awards, it's actress. And you can hear some people in the audience like booing. And I know that's what it's about. It's about the fact that it's called actress and not, especially with all the gender stuff, and so much of Hollywood is like supporting all the weird gender stuff. So let me turn up the volume now, and you'll hear what I'm talking about.
For performance by an actress in a leading role, Annette Bening.
Did you hear that? Ooh, that's because they're called an actress. Okay, Annette Bening for Naiad. Lily Gladstone in Pillars of the Flower Moon. That got the biggest cheer. Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. Emma Stone, Poor Things. Okay, let me see if you have any comments. Semantics will kill us all. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true. And by the way, a lot of the cheering that was happening at different categories, whenever it said the zone of interest, I think it's called, the Zone movie, the cheers were the loudest. So I think that the Academy members in Hollywood are particularly enamored with that film. Dear Lord, these people are so woke. Yes, it's true. It's true. All right. So next up, I think, is Best Picture, or director, and then the picture.
Justine Triet, Anatomy of a Fall.
Anatomy of a Fall, Justine Triet.
Pillars of the Flower Moon.
Pillars of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese. Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan. Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos. In the Zone of Interest, Jonathan Glazer.
And now for our final category.
I can't wait.
Any comments about directors? Hey, at least that was something I could comment on. That's right. You can make any comments you want. It's okay. I mean, especially like if you know an actor or a director, even if it's not from this movie, you can say, "Oh yeah, I like we did talking about Jodie Foster and stuff." Okay, because I haven't seen Naiad. Like I said, I don't intend to.
Freedom Together. The nominees for Best Motion Picture of the Year
Best Picture of the Year.
Ben LeClaire.
American
Harani Goetz,
Fiction.
Cord Jefferson, and Jermaine Johnson, producers.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Anatomy of a
Dani
Fall.
Johnny and David Sion.
They're alphabetical order.
Barbie. David
Barbie.
Hayes, Barbara Robbie, Tom Ackerley, and Robbie Brenner, producers.
The Holdovers.
The
Mark Johnson,
Holdovers.
producer.
Now, I have to tell you, I was really surprised to see that Mark Johnson is the. I know Mark Johnson, and so, and I think I met him at Sundance Film Festival. I mean, like met, but we saw each other a few times in Los Angeles as well. I think maybe he came to one of my American Film Market parties or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you'd remember me or not, but yeah. Hey, I know somebody. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Dan Friedkin, Bradley Thomas,
Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese, and Daniel Lupi, producers.
Maestro. Bradley Cooper.
Maestro,
Steven Spielberg, Fred
which
Werner,
includes
Amy Durden,
Bradley
and Christina
Cooper and
Costco
Steven
Krieger.
Spielberg.
Oppenheimer. Emma Thomas,
Oppenheimer.
Charles Loven, and Christopher Nolan, producers.
Mainly Christopher
Past
Nolan.
Lives. David Hinojosa,
Past
Christine
Lives.
Vachon, and Pamela Koffler, producers.
I don't know any of them.
Poor Things.
Poor
Ed Gein,
Things.
Andrew Lowe, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Emma Stone.
Emma
producers.
Stone is one of the
And
producers.
The Zone of Interest. James Wilson, producer.
Zone of Interest.
Congratulations to this year's nominees.
Okay, so let me come back over here
Congratulations to this year's nominees.
so I can pause
Poor
it.
Things. Ed Gein, Andrew Lowe, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Emma Stone, producers.
And The Zone of
There. Okay, now we have a screen, or at least I have a screen to do that. Let me see your comments. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you can't say about that particular movie for sure. Jodie Foster, great actress. I think all of us agree with that. Remember that scary movie she was in when she was a kid? That was good. Which scary movie was she in? Pretending that her dad was there, but really dead. Let me look it up for you. Wait, let me make sure. I didn't read all the comments. There are a lot of pictures. Well, there's 10. That's normal, 10. Okay. Jodie Foster. Movies. I know you guys can't see this because I'm going to look really quiet. Panic Room. Of course, she was in Taxi Driver. I know that's not the one you're talking about. Flight Plan was good. Freaky Friday. Nell. Show More. Bugsy Malone. Alicia, Anna and the King. Oh, The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane in 1976. She was also in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Hotel Artemis. Sounds like The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane was probably it. A lot of pictures this year. All right, so I will use this tab. Let me look up. Okay, the first one is American Fiction. So, I know you don't see this yet, but I will share it. American Fiction, trailer 2, official trailer. Okay, fix that. I think I'm gonna have to. We're just gonna have to get a visual idea of it, because just in case there's a copyright issue, right? So sharing this instead. Here we
How
go.
did you come to write this book?
What really struck me was that too few books were about my people. Where are our stories? Where's our representation?
So she's saying, I don't know if you can see
Would
the
you give us the
subtitle.
pleasure of
Where
reading
are
an
our
excerpt?
stories? Where's our representation? As in
Yo, Sharonda,
colored black.
girl, you be pregnant again? If I is, Ray Ray is gonna be a real father this time around.
What she's reading is in that Ebonic.
Thank you.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. What is blah, blah? And this guy's probably thinking like,
Monk, your books are good, but
you're
they're not
good, but they're
popular.
not popular. Oh, that's what
Editors,
he's being
they want a black book.
They have a black book.
You want a
I'm
black book.
and it's my book.
You know what I mean.
Look at what they publish.
That sounds great.
Look at what they expect us to write.
Yeah.
Just want to
So
rub their noses in it.
his is that they want people want black
I'd be standing outside in the night.
Deadbeat dads,
Mhm.
rappers, crack.
And
You said you
he's-
wanted black stuff. That's black, right?
I see what you're doing.
He's trying to
We sold your book.
it's not
No.
funny.
We believe Mr. Lee has written a bestseller.
It's a joke.
The most lucrative joke you've ever told.
So he makes
Now,
a
is
joke
Tag a pseudonym?
like all this
Yeah, Mr. Lee
Oh,
can't
you
use
want all that
his real
stuff?
name.
Look,
Is
okay,
this
I'm
based on your actual life?
It ends up being a huge.
Yeah, you think some bitch ass college boy can come up with that shit?
No, I don't.
Can I ask what you were in for?
A lot of
Was it murder?
You said that, not me.
They ran 300,000 copies.
Your books change people's lives.
They're offering $4 million for the movie rights.
Yes! The dumber I behave, the richer I get.
The dumber I am, the richer I get. Or the dumber they
It's gone too far.
Stag Lee is still on the run from authorities.
You haven't done anything. It's not like they can arrest you.
Wish I could go back to not selling
Great.
books.
Great comedy, actually. I would love to see this. Okay. And I love the premise as well. All right. So next up, Anatomy of a Fall. Anatomy of a Fall trailer. Official trailer 5 months ago, or 6 months ago. Both. Two totally different. I'm gonna play this one.
Build your website today with GoDaddy Web Hosting Plan. Faster load times are great for busy businesses that need more speed.
Tu m'as dit que t'avais entendu tes parents maman t'es sorti de la maison, c'est ça?
En fait, j'entendais pas vraiment les mots, j'avais que des bouts de voix, mais ça faisait...
Oui, mais non, si t'avais pas les mots, du coup, tu peux pas savoir si c'était une dispute ou pas.
Enfin, je sais ce que j'ai entendu.
So, as you know, the autopsy report is inconclusive about the cause of death.
Stop. I did not kill him.
That's not the point.
Il parle de tromperie,
I was honest about it.
mais vous l'avez pas été l'année de sa mort avec cette fille avec qui vous l'avez trompé. Pourquoi?
So her son
Il y a quand
died?
même quelque chose d'un peu étrange dans cette situation. Vous admettez qu'il était jaloux.
No, I don't know. No.
Allez, écoutez-vous, on a l'impression que vous l'avez trompé continuellement.
Quand il commençait à se reprocher des trucs, moi, je préfère m'en aller.
Tu peux pas me dire qui était le plus énervé des deux?
There's a father.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire à quoi il fait référence quand il parle du pillage de son œuvre?
That's not true.
Vous aviez déjà frappé votre mari?
She's on trial.
Jamais. C'est bien ce qui s'est passé.
T'as pas pu les entendre s'ils parlaient comme maman.
J'ai confondu.
So it looks like the boy.
T'as confondu.
The husband is the one
I'm
who.
innocent, you know that, right?
Oh, and he fell. He fell from the balcony, but the question is that whether she pushed him, I guess. For the past year, Sandra, a German writer, her French husband Samuel, and their 11-year-old son Daniel have lived a secluded life in a remote town in the French Alps. When Samuel is found dead in the snow below their chalet, the police question whether he committed suicide or was killed. Samuel's death is treated as suspicious, presumed murder, and Sandra becomes the main suspect. Little by little, the trial becomes not just an investigation of the circumstances of Samuel's death, but an unsettling psychological journey into the depths of Sandra and Samuel's conflicted relationship. It probably wouldn't hurt to miss that one. Eek, sad, interesting. Yeah. All right. What do we got next? Barbie. Okay. Hey, just, for the sake of, let's go through all of them if you haven't seen it yet. Like production design, things like this, the costumes, even the storyline was very well put together. It was fun. So I can't fault them for that. The main trailer. This one I probably do need to mute though. So look at the production design, the costumes, making this Barbie world come to life. was actually quite, I admit, is quite an accomplishment. Oh, they have the budget to do. You have the budget, you could do anything, right? I can't remember what she just said. Oh, her feet are flat. So see, you have all sizes of people, right, in there, but yet you've got to like do this whole. And she's like the fairy godmother. She's like, you picked the wrong one. She's escaping Barbie Land to try and to find out like what is upsetting her universe. And so when they go into the real world, Ken like discovers that discovers like machoism. And so he's like, yes, I'm going to go back to Barbie Land and turn it all into like macho and men controlling, you know, all the Kens are controlling everything and making slaves out of all the Barbies. I mean, it is funny. There's a lot of funny stuff in it. Okay. Oops. You didn't realize it was that, you know, we'll watch it when it's free. Sure. And didn't realize it was that intricate. Yeah. You know, every film is, you know, what I just described with Barbie, you know, is, you know, true of making any film really. But the complexity of Barbie was definitely an undertaking, I could say. Probably more so than, because you're not like just recreating something historical that already existed, you know, and you just have to recreate it. You actually have to, I mean, well, you're making a life-size world that includes all these things that were real products with Barbie, right? I see all these mosquitoes buzzing around because last time I had the fan on and then when I replayed it, I could like hear the buzzing of the fan in the background. So I don't have the fan on, so it's not blowing away the mosquitoes. So it's like really. Yes. One down. So much to look at. Yeah. You know, so many pieces all have to come together. All right. So let's see. What do we got next? The Holdovers. So I have no idea what this movie is about. Holdovers. Oh, there's Paul Giamatti. Being with you is already detention. So it looks like a boys' school. FFF. I can't fail this class. Oh, I believe that you can. Barton Academy. Okay. So there's a 2-week winter break, but there are always a few that stay behind, that have nowhere to go. So they're stuck with this. So that's why they're the holdovers. And they're stuck with the monster professor. Looks like the 70s, doing set design in the 70s. Although the preppy look is, except look at that time, look at that phone on the hallway there. I'm saying, you're putting up songs, huh, Chalet? So the set design and the props, you got to have that phone and the cars that are visible. And I find the world a bitter and complicated place. And I think it feels the same about me. And I think we have this in common. I don't think I've ever had a Christmas like this before. History is not simply the study of the past, it's an explanation of the present. So everybody learns to have, so this looks very dramatic, like a drama, not a lot of action, not a lot of comedy, maybe some little bits here and there of things happening. But it's really about the relationship between these two. All righty then. Yeah, the Oscars, of course, they always love dramatic films. Looks like a good movie to watch on streaming. Oh, you hate mosquitoes. I know. Thank you for commiserating with me. Yeah, I hope it's on streaming. On a schedule. Oh, you're on you scheduled it. Okay, you're up. I was like, how did you leave my stream and go do another upload? Because it's on a schedule. All righty. Always my love. Is that what it was? I think I swiped it away. So, all right. What's next? We've got 10. Now we're on number 5. Okay, Killers of the Flower Moon. I think I've seen some, just some photos, like on Twitter or something. So Killers of the Flower Moon. Final trailer. Official trailer 2. So there's Leonardo DiCaprio with somebody Native American. There's oil rigs and Apple originals. There's Robert De Niro, I guess, says, oh, our hero has made it home. Okay, so it's the Osage Indians. What is that? Maybe Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma has a lot of oil too, right? So there's definitely going to be like issues between the Osage culture and the Western culture coming in. I don't think it's just about oil. I think it's about the culture coming of civilization and how the two clash. Myself, I mean, just looking at it. Oh, it's his uncle, not his dad. Oh. His dad is a real robber baron. Do not let them die alone. Evil surrounds my heart. Oh. I don't know if that was like a bomb blast or what. You got to pick a side, Robert De Niro says. I don't even know if you love me anymore. Of course I love you. Then kill these men who killed my family. Did your wife say who she was most afraid of? Screaming. Don't do something you're going to regret for the rest of your life. I ain't got nothing but regret. It looks like it goes through a whole generation from them being young, or at least like Leonardo DiCaprio being young, coming back from the war, to all the way to his old age in dealing with it. Alrighty, so what are you guys saying? Alrighty. The show must go on. Yes, even if you have to schedule it. So Maestro. It was a really powerful movie. So it follows Leonard Bernstein. Bradley Cooper plays Leonard Bernstein, who was the conductor of the New York Philharmonic Orchestra. And so there's a lot of bouncing between, like, so the past is black and white, like when he's meeting his wife and they get married and they have kids and everything. And then color is the present, like when he's being interviewed. There's not a lot of the color. Most of it's the black and white. So he kind of has a double life and how they live with it, you know. I mean, I remember, I remember watching him on PBS, you know, and like, as far as like naming a conductor, he'd be the only name I knew and even today really know. So he has his male lovers on the side, and his wife, she's like come to her peace about it, kind of, but then not really, and then again, and then back again, whatever. I don't remember all the details. But it was powerful to watch and to see a bit about his life and his journey as a composer. She was always there in the wings for him. That was like really symbolic, I think. All right. In the comments. For some reason, the style of Killers of the Flower Moon reminds you of the Last Picture Show. Okay. I was thinking, like, was that Gangs of New York and I don't know, The Untouchables, or some mobster movie things and stuff. It was reminding me more like that. The Last Picture Show. So in the story, you mean? Obviously not the look of it. So it was made in 1971. Looks like the film is set more late 50s, early 60s. That's a funeral. There's a band, school. The Last Picture Show. Oh, so this is the guy that's being like controlling then? The way Robert De Niro was? Early Sybil Shepherd. Oh, but instead of oil, it's high school sports. Oh, look, there he's getting his little gang to do mayhem for him, yeah? Oh, that's Jeff Bridges. Get it. Whoa. Oh, not so pretty and happy anymore, is it? I was just about to stop the trailer. So he's going to go off the war. Oh, well, that would be well, it could be the Korean War. That would be the 50s. Good call, Lemoyne. Good call. I could see from the two trailers, I think I can see the dynamics that you're talking about. Okay, Maestro. Oppenheimer. Official trailer. New trailer. Just a new trailer. Notice here this Veritaseum is the real story of Oppenheimer. So I made sure I watched like a documentary about his life before going to see the movie, so that I'd have some basic knowledge. So I mean, imagine finding all of those props for the cameras. Look at that. You know, it's like every one of these reporters has these old cameras. You got to get the flash functioning so that they can be doing the flashes, because I don't think you're going to add that as visual effects later. I think you want to actually film these cameras flashing. There you go. That's maybe a better shot. And so the costume design, the props and the production design, the makeup here would mostly be what is called corrective makeup. That means that you're correcting any flaws on the skin to make it look normal, right? Or in the case of if you're like trying to be like a regular like a historical person, and you need to add some prosthetics or something like that, but then it becomes corrective because you have to make them look normal, right? That's what corrective makeup is. It's a big part. It's a huge part of makeup in Hollywood for movies that people don't think about how much you have to do just to look normal, right, on the screen. So of course, Oppenheimer helped lead the team that created the atomic bomb or nuclear bomb. I always get confused between the two, even after having watched the movie. And so there's also kind of this like hearing, not a judge trial, but like a smaller council kind of thing about his license or something. I don't remember exactly what, or maybe it's like a military hearing, like a court-martial kind of thing. It's not like huge and big. It's small. He goes and he talks with Einstein. There's so many. Imagine getting someone to look like Einstein. Look, all these uniforms, getting all this machinery just right. All of these. Oh gosh, yeah. You know, now that I'm like looking at this trailer, even the filing cabinets, you can't have new filing cabinets. They got to look old, you know. All of the equipment that everybody's using. Anyway, there he's like in that trial type of thing. It cuts back and forth between this like tribunal that's happening and then like all the memories and of the project and what they did and how they did it. And there's a real twist at the ending. In fact, I remember like in one scene, going, well, that's like a pretty main actor. How come this guy's in such a small part? You know, and then he's part of the twist in the end. I was like, oh, that's why they put such a good actor in that small part. And there's Robert Downey Jr., very key. He was like his boss or something. I can't remember exactly. Yeah. So there's Oppenheimer. Highly recommend it. It was good. You have no idea why it reminds you of The Last Picture Show. Okay. You have a friend that has sold stuff on eBay to movie studios for props. I was trying to get, like when my grandmother died, my uncles, pretty much. I don't think either aunt felt so much like this, but two uncles in particular were just really, I mean, they just got a dumpster and were just tossing it. They had an appraiser come in for anything that was like super valuable. And once they got all that, anything else, they literally just threw into a dumpster. And I was like, just give me like 3 days. You know, it's San Francisco Bay Area. You tell me there's not a prop house in the Bay Area? Of course there is. There's all kinds. I mean, George Lucas films and everything is friggin' there in San Francisco. You know, I was like, just give me a couple of days and I'll find a prop house and they'll come buy the stuff off of you. They didn't wait. Everything went in a dumpster. So sad. She had so much stuff that would have been great. She had so many clothes that were like Jackie Kennedy, you know, is the way I think of it. You know, God, studio would be, you know, would love getting all this. And plus just like knick-knack and like a floor lamp. I mean, like a lamp that was on a pole from the ceiling to the floor. And then it had those like kind of jewel tone. Like I think she had yellow ones, but big yellow, like 2 or 3 things hanging off of it, lamps hanging off of it. Anyway, that's done. So what's next after Oppenheimer? Past lives. So we have 3 more. Past lives. Let's get an idea for what this is. Let's see. Official preview. Oh, this is 5 minutes. We might not watch the whole thing. Let's watch the official trailer. There is a word in Korean, Inyun. It means providence or fate. You got these 2 kids and they're both going separate ways. That's just something Koreans, Oh, that's just something Koreans say to seduce someone. So you've got the foreigner and the foreigner guy and the Korean woman. In this story, I would be the evil husband standing in the way of destiny. He was just this kid in my head for so long. I think I just missed him. Did he miss you? Hey, Song. Whoa, it's you. So these were the two kids, and now they're meeting again as adults. He goes to America. Is that where they see each other again? So she married the expat and this guy and went to live in New York. Then she meets her childhood friend. If you had never left Seoul, would I still have looked for you? Would we have dated, broken up, gotten married? Would we have had kids together? Why did you look for me? I just wanted to see you one more time. If two strangers walk by each other in the street and their clothes accidentally brush, that means there have been 8,000 layers of Inyon, the Providence. What could have been past lives. Oh, that looks good. Actually looks good. Notice notice there's a lot of they make sure there's a couple of films in there for people of color, whether it's Asian, Mexican. We've got Latino. I guess, is that the appropriate term? I'm trying to say the correct term because I don't. The America Ferrera is Best Supporting Actress. You got that. You've got the movie with the color purple, and also the literary one, the American fiction, or whatever. And then you've got this one representing Asians and Koreans. And one thing to note about the Academy is that if you make it to the nomination, you get an automatic membership, because it's like totally like a clique, like a high school clique, and they don't let people in that they don't want in. And so it's very tight knit. And one of the ways they regulate that is by who gets nominated. So if they don't want you being part of the club, then you don't get nominated, So all of these people of color are now getting to be members, whether they win or not, just to make it to the nomination. Then you have to pay for that membership. It's not free. It's expensive, but you don't even get the opportunity to pay it unless you're invited. So, but it still looks like a great movie. Let's see what you're saying first. No, nothing else yet. All right. So the next one is Poor Things. Searchlight Theaters. Official trailer. Oh, this one involves Emma Stone. So there's Emma Stone. Bella, this is Mr. McCandles. Say hello, Bella. So he's very disfigured, and she's kind of weird. Her brain and her body are not synchronized, but she's progressing at an accelerated pace. Is that William Dafoe? This just looks freaky. very much. There's a lot of remember all of Tim Burton's films. You know, oh, and that's Mark Ruffalo, right? Because he got nominated for a lot of things with it. Very much fantasy in a kind of creepy way. All right. So we got that. We got an understanding of that. And last but not least, the zone of interest. I'll try to read the subtitles for you. Zone of interest. Well, this is the one I just watched 3 months ago, and then someone, oh, let's watch this one. These flowers are so beautiful. The azaleas there. There are also vegetables. A few herbs, rosemary, beetroot. This is fennel. That's the European thing to say beetroot instead of just beets. Sunflowers. And here's the kohlrabi. The children love to eat it. The heartfelt time we spent in the Haas house will always be among our most beautiful holiday memories. In the east lies our tomorrow. Thanks for your National Socialist hospitality. Meanwhile, the husband is at work. There's actually, when we're talking about these costumes and these production designs, and God knows what the sound and the score and everything. Oh wait, no, that doesn't do it. You got to see the one that I saw. This one, I think, gives a better idea. So there's the mom at the baby. I mean, look at the costume design in that. And they had to make these gardens. They had to put, I mean, they didn't just find a house that had everything perfect. They had to lay those stones for the walkway. They had to build that greenhouse. You know, they had to find all these furnishings. And they probably had to make all of it. Okay, so it's about following the rules and working hard, feeling that you deserve the best in life, intertwined with the unspeakable. Do not look away. See, there he's looking at examining the teeth. Yeah, so you kind of, it's more about you're seeing, I think what he's based on kind of reading some of the comments, is that you see this the life that the family is living, that he's making for the family, and in very muted colors, no extra vibrant color grading, color popping stuff. It's just very muted, very serene, yet because we know what happened during the Holocaust, we know what his job is about, even though we don't see it in this film. So it almost makes it more disturbing, because you're seeing this beauty and this happy family, I'm guessing. So he's twisting it. Instead of like looking at all the horrors, you're looking at this beauty, but knowing that it's there because of the horrors. So that's all of them. 10:20. So now you have an idea. I hope you get to see some of them, whether it's Netflix or sometimes once a movie's been nominated, your local theater will will book it and have a limited run of it. So you might be able to see it in a theater. But of course, there's always like, I don't recommend pirate stuff, but there's that out there. And I don't touch any of it or go to any of it, or, you know, I've got Netflix. So, and like I said, I could try to see if something's on Prime. But some Prime I can watch and some Prime I can't. So I don't know. I'll just have to try it out. All right. Hey, tomorrow I've booked a live, and hopefully Bob, you know, my friend Bob doesn't back out. But I met him for lunch today because he hasn't been feeling well. And so we've kind of had to cancel our crosswords for like 3 months. And so anyway, we met for lunch, and I said, hey, you know, why don't we do the crosswords as a live, you know, and then we can banter and stuff. And he goes, oh, but then I don't get to pick on you as much. I said, are you kidding me? That would be the best part. People would love to watch you picking on me. You know, I said, and we'll call it Crosswords with the Curmudgeon. And we just both started busting up laughing. So I scheduled it. I made a thumbnail, scheduled it. And so I think, you know, unless he backs out on me, then it should be fun. So it's going to be 11 o'clock my time, just because that's what fits in my schedule. So I know for East Coast, it's late. It'll be 11 o'clock in the evening. And you might not be up for it, but if you are, great. Or at least a little bit, see what it's like. You have become a lazy. I have gotten to the point where I watch most movies streaming. You know what? It's where I watch most of my movies. I go, Netflix. Oops. Opening but whatever. That's Netflix. The Favorite is being promoted to me. It says deadpan, offbeat, period piece, LGBTQ. Naiad is in there, but like I said, I do not want to see it. But it did give me the Society of the Snow as a recommendation. Anyway, yeah, I just sit there and I just watch them right on my phone. Except for Barbie and Oppenheimer, I went to the theater to see those. I did go, you know, because I felt it was kind of historic in the marketing sense and everything. Your grandson's coming. You will watch Miss Rachel with him. I have no idea what Miss Rachel is. Is that a new kids show, or is it like a morning talk show? You'll try and drop in for the crossword show. That'd be awesome. You know, I know you do the game. You have that gaming thing. Not my thing, so I don't really watch the gaming thing. But I watch the rabbits. Left a comment. I think I saw that you liked the comment. You know, let me drink water. All righty. Yeah, that'd be great. Hey, Lemoyne, if the curmudgeon backs out, I'll ask you to come on screen and play the curmudgeon. It's a kid learning show. Okay, well, good. So you get to watch Miss Rachel too. It's kind of like in my day, it was like, oh, I get to watch Barney. All righty then. Well, thanks everybody. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show, and you know, watch whatever movies you can. Sure sounds fun. Yeah. We're gonna do one of the Merle Regal things. In fact, here I'll give you a show. I'll show you real quick. At the stage, like this, and then we can fill in, and so everybody can see. So no comparison to Barney. we're ready. And if Bob is going to be hilarious if he shows up, because he is a curmudgeon, and in a good way. Barney was banned from your house. We had a little bit of Barney, and but we didn't overdo it. Alrighty. So wherever you are and whenever you are, you can feel my love because it transcends time and space. So I love you. And I'll see you again the next time you can join, hopefully tomorrow for crosswords, or the next show after that would be the Gen X, which will be my Wednesday night, your Wednesday morning. All righty. See you next time. Love you.